show it, but no one would give me a chance to prove myself. Despite what you've had of me, still when I had to be with me, you have chosen to be there for me. To you I make this vow, I say, take my heart, take my love, take my body, come build my home. Stay with me, dear woman, cause you love me, I will be your scapegoat, honey. Cause you came through for me, you gave me breakthrough, baby. Oh, I will be your scapegoat, honey. Cause you came through for me, you gave me breakthrough, baby. Oh, for all those guys that cost you pains, that broke your heart and brought you shame. If you need someone to blame, you can put the blame on me. For all those guys who spoil your name, those guys that drove you insane, let me be the one to pay. At a back and call with no delay. I'll stay committed to you, girl. I'll never fall your hand. Let them call me a fool, girl. Come on, now then get your mouth. Oh, I've been bad and I know it, and I'm sorry, wanna show it, but no one would give me a chance to prove myself. Despite what you've had of me, still when I had to be with me, you have chosen to be there for me. To you I make this vow. Take my heart, take my love, take my body, come build my home. Stay with me, dear woman, cause you love me, I will be your scapegoat, honey. Cause you came through for me, you gave me breakthrough, baby. Oh, I will be your scapegoat, honey. Cause you came through for me, you gave me breakthrough, baby.
And now,
all the way from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today,
we play the best music. Guaranteed.
Nigerian creative culture sector comes on radio. It's not a fringe approach, but a masterclass reportage on movies, fashion, heritage, and contemporary music, dance, comedy, festivals, cultural orientation, and travel. Every Thursday, 10:30 a.m. with Frank Meke and Bunmi Bade Adeniji on Mainland 98.3 FM. Sponsored by National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC.
Nostalgic feeling on radio. Introducing classic hits from way back.
Nigerian creative culture sector comes on radio. It's not a fringe approach, but a masterclass reportage on movies, fashion, heritage, and
my people, I greet you. I greet everybody that is waiting for our show this morning. Oh, well, let me welcome you properly. This is Creative Nigeria here on Mainland 98.3 FM. I tried to do that intro a little bit different. It came out a little bit flat, but I know you'll take me like that. Today, we are starting the month of August on a good note with a full house. So let me introduce the show properly. This is Creative Nigeria, as I said, that airs every Thursday morning here on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Bunmi Bade Adeniji, and I don't do the show alone. I've got the pleasure of letting you know that Frank Meke is in the house this morning. He's not on the road.
Present, man.
Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Bunmi. Good morning. So it's a good one. I think we're going to run today.
Indeed.
Full house, yes.
It is a real full house, and it's a beautifully full house, I must tell you. First of all, let's start this out with, the president's speech that happened on Monday. So I hope you all came across, he was able to come across to you with the expected palliatives. So everyone should be expectant for the palliatives that have been promised from the government. And then, of course, our new segment with Heck Travels, Briddle's reports on the ills of our economy and possibly solutions. July 31st was World Rangers Day. So, do we know who these Earth carers are? So, to do justice to that topic today, we are starting out that segment we tried to introduce to you last week, our Green Nigeria segment, and so we have to do that with us today. Bosede Kushemani will be speaking with her as we go along, so you can be sure to get the best from there. And also our ACE faculty on movies on radio is in the house. Good morning, Dr. Shwaibu Hussaini.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
It is a pleasure to have you in the house.
Always a pleasure to be here.
And of course, I understand that you're here with a special guest.
Yes, the National Troop is preparing to go to Antigua for a cultural carnival, and we're at rehearsal. So I thought that maybe just bring him here to just spice up this program. And he's here.
Yeah,
Chukuma
he's here.
Abara.
Chukuma Abara is here, aka Polite, and so he'll be starting us out in any minute from now. But we also want to let you know that for those of you who go to the markets, we'll be bringing you some of our market segments. We'll be telling you our prices. Some have dropped, some are still on the rise. So we're concerned about that, and we want to keep our spotlight on that. So that's something we're going to continue to talk about. And also, our weather report is going to come your way today. Anchor insurance segment also is going to come your way. So a great time out is in store. You don't want to miss any minutes. You don't want to miss any second, because every single minute counts today. Every single minute we're bringing you quality information and entertainment. And speaking of entertainment, that's how we're going to start out right now. Chukuma Abara, aka Polite, take us away. Wow. To know.
That signifies.
Well, I think he's here.
What I just did is we use it as a thank your message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in Igbo land, there's a one we call Ojo Toto. Obodo Nuku Neno. That's
Morning.
people should wake up.
Yes, okay.
There's something.
Okay. Wait, do that for us. Tell Obodo.
Obodo
Kunenu. Oh yeah, we know about Kunenu. Oh yeah, give us that one. Give us that so that doctor can Kunenu now. You do.
Dalu.
We're going to have a full session with you, maybe when you are back from Antigua. But now, I think, Bunmi, Dr. Schwab.
Yes, so we're moving to movies on radio, because
right.
One of the first things that you think about when you hear that flute sound is a Nollywood movie or an African magic movie. So
Exactly.
Take us to Nollywood.
Like some of those epic films. This morning with the news that the Nigerian project Beyond Fela has been selected at the just held 14th edition of the Durban Film Mart. The DFM, as the Durban Film Mart is simply called, opened in July and closed on 24th. But that project was selected out of about 28 projects that were pitched at that film festival. And Beyond Fela won the Sheffield Dogfist Award. It was directed by Aderonke Adiola, produced by Time, that we have a film, being selected at the festivals.
Wow.
So Aderonke, congratulations from us here. We hope as it's over, and then they are doing great with it.
Good.
2 weeks ago, we told you here that the Lagos International Film and Cinema Convention held, and although the convention may have come and gone, but they want a situation where we can open up the industry, but it's also creating an industry event where people can come for knowledge sharing, where people can come and invest in our industry. I spoke to a Ghanaian participant, and she told me that this event, will help to shape the trajectory of the Nigerian and African film industry. And by the way, that event is the brainchild of Theophilus Akatuba, who is a major stakeholder in the Nigerian movie space. Next, it is scheduled to hold between August 30th and September 2nd, 2003, of course, in Lagos. It will be 4 films that we feature in the special section, which means Dark Clouds and Joseph Adejo's Awomi. The Lagos International Film Festival couldn't hold last year, but this time I think the organizers have put those logistical challenges behind them and that they are now ready. So Creative Nigeria will be there to bring you reports about the festival. But before I go, I would like to say a big happy birthday to the veteran actress and one of Nigeria's Nollywood, in fact, one of Nollywood's finest, Ngozi Nwosu, who is popular for her role as Peace in Amaka Igwe's Fuji House of Commotion. The stage and screen goddess. I call her a goddess because that lady is fire on stage and on screen. She clocked 60 on August 1st, and the industry is still celebrating her. We say congratulations to her, and we hope that one day we'll get her either on Village Square on this program for her to talk to us. So that's all for this segment. I hand you over to Frank and Bunmi.
I think we, Doc always go straight to the point. Of course, the best you can get is always on this bait. Chukuma, now that we want to let you go, so what do you tell us?
How do you say bye-bye?
How do you say bye-bye through the flute?
Okay, I have to use the flute to tell you people bye-bye by praising God.
Oh, yeah. Praise. All right. Bunmi, I think, Bunmi is the pastoress in this house.
Fantastic. That was amazing.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Kuma.
Thank you so much.
Of course, from next week, when you're back from Antigua, I think we're going to need to know. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Doctor, we thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Country people, una don hear about NICO, National Institute for Culture Orientation. Na Naija powerhouse for all our cultural informate. We dem arrange to touchlight with different Naija culture, language, history, tradition, and our way of life. We join 200 million Nigerians together. We dey help make peace, security, and national togetherness. Dandachim. Dem office dey all over with 6 geopolitical zone with 1 correct culture training school. NICO dey also partner local and international agency dem like UNESCO to help us maintain and grow our ogbonge cultural assets dem wey dey very important to our national development. NICO na agency wey dey under the Federal Ministry of Information, Culture and National Orientation. NICO Abuja office dey number 23 Kigoma Street, Wuse Zone 7E. Our website na info@nico.gov.ng. NICO dey maintain and build our culture for national development.
Nigerian creative culture sector comes on radio. It's not a fringe approach, but a masterclass reportage on movies, fashion, heritage, and contemporary music, dance, comedy, festivals, cultural orientation, and travel. Every Thursday, 10:30 a.m. with Frank Meke and Bunmi Bade Adeniji on Mainland 98.3 FM. Sponsored by National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC.
All right, welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. This is still Creative Nigeria here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Congratulations, Stillment is up next. And to be able to do justice to what we're going to be talking about today, coming all the way from, Lekki Conservation Foundation, that's the NCF, we have Bosede Koshemani. Good morning, Bosede.
Good morning, Bunmi.
Also, we have alongside her this morning Ibukun Lawal. Good morning, Ibukun.
Good morning.
All right, so let's go. Frank, take us away.
Yeah, I mean, in Nigeria, that is
to 16 and in hands-on, not just sitting in your house and watching a Discovery all the time. Be the Discovery you want to see in your the upcycling, beating plastic pollution, and NCF has been at the forefront of that, especially when it comes to environmental education, engaging children in doing that. So they are going to learn how to writing for the kids, And we want as many parents that either on the island or mainland, wherever you find yourself, even if your kids are on holiday in Lagos, you know, you may not be from Lagos State, but you come in to visit that period, you're most welcome. It starts on the 7th of this month to the 24th. So we invite as many children and parents especially to bring their children in for this exciting experience. They also get a tour of the Lekki Conservation Center, which happens to be a project of the Nigerian Conservation Foundation. And within the LCC, we have monkeys. The animals are not caged. They're in their natural habitat. And of recent, we've been sighting some pythons and crocodiles. And just basic adaptation. They come out most, you know, to bask in the sunlight for some energy and then go back into the forest. So they also have that experience. For the older ones, they also get, if your age is 11 and above, you get to go on the canopy walkway. So it's something that we encourage parents to bring their children around.
How much are they supposed to have in hand to attend this camp?
It's actually free.
Whoa. All right, that's a good one. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Also, what time?
It's the usual morning to, I think, 1 p.m.
Okay.
From about 9 or so to 1 p.m. in the afternoon. But we'll put it out there on our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so that...
How do they find you on social media?
Oh, my colleague Ibukun will be able to speak to that.
Yeah, Ibukun, so how do we find you on the social handles?
Okay, for the Instagram page, we have NCF Education, and for the foundation Instagram page, we have NCF Nigeria.
Okay.
So you can just go there. The flyer is there, and we have the link for the registration. So you can click on the link and register for the summer program.
Okay, so but registration is important.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, somebody, you know, Bunmi, you know, after Bunmi also, I think she was saying each comes around, she's going to do
that walkway.
Walkway. She's going to do some kind of prayers, you know. So I don't know why I want to do a walkway and I'm praying, but you know, I know kids like this kind of fun. You know, we had about walkways, you know, 2 walks everywhere. We have seen, of course, in Cross River, we have seen in Okomu.
Yeah.
And all this. So here in Lekki also we have one. We don't know how long it is. I've been to NCF several. I've been to that, you know, I've been to that facility, but I've really not gone beyond, you know, just coming to talk to Bade and find my way. You know, sometimes when you think you know too much. But I know that there are Lekki birds and all those that can find within that environment, and I'm surprised. A python. It's been a long time I've seen one. You know, so kids, like you said, why watch Discovery when you can discover? So some of these things, you know, we're going to release it. So the walkway. Laura, can you tell us about that walkway? What is the shaky? What is the shaky that you go through?
It's a suspended bridge. It's actually the longest in Africa, 401 meters. It's a suspended bridge, and that's why it's shaking. It's not like your regular Ikoyi or Third Milan bridge. And
so it's a fun on its own.
Yes,
but do you need to do prayers before you go?
Not really. If she's coming, you know, for her personal adventure / retreat, you know, you're welcome to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. What about photography? Are we allowed to take pictures? Can you come with your own camera? You know, children these days they also like to capture things on their phones, and so are they allowed to come with it?
Yes, people are allowed, but it depends on the purpose for which you want to. Like, if it's your personal phone, we can't stop you from using it.
Okay.
But we have guidelines for people who come for commercial photo shoots and all that. So you can reach out to us, let us know the purpose for which you're clicking your camera. Or using a drone for filming, and we would advise as necessary. But for the summer camp and the children, yes, they can take pictures, especially if once the parents consent to it and it's fine by them. Their personal phones, of course, they can. Because as much as possible, we're in an age where you just don't take people's pictures. Anybody can take anybody's picture and then be using it for commercial or whatever purposes. So consent is quite important.
Okay. Very last question, if I may.
One thing with us is we discourage feeding the monkeys, especially because that's not their natural food, and it could be harmful to them.
Okay.
And also not just them, even you who is giving them, because our monkeys are so habituated that they're used to seeing visitors around within the facility. And we have campaigned against this. Do not feed animals. They're in their natural environment, but as some people would still violate those laws. So we discourage it for your own safety and the safety of the animals, because the animals could become aggressive when they see you with food and want to grab it off you. So you put your food in a properly
sealed container
bag, not just container, you put it in a bag. So the animal is not aware that you have food on you, and the smell is not. So we don't encourage plastic bags. We encourage properly, whether you're zipped or buttoned, whatever bag it is, it has to be properly sealed. So you can take your food in.
All right. Since she's here almost every other week.
Yes.
So we will just take a bit of this today. But again, this summer program, what is the current capacity? I know for everything. So, how many people do you expect at a point in time? Because very, very, school may come with 150, 100 students at a time. So how do you cope? How do you do it?
For this summer school, the summer camp that we are having, we're expecting between, would I say, 50 to 75 children. Bearing in mind that a lot of schools now have summer programs for kids. So some parents may look at proximity, and some may just say, oh, let my child just have some fun this summer. So we are not putting it, it's not a tight.
Okay, so anybody is welcome. Everyone is welcome.
Everyone is welcome.
Okay, you see us there.
Indeed.
We'll come around. At least I like that. I'll do shaky. Okay, see you again next week. But good to have you here.
Same
so
here.
everybody will look it up there. So
Ibuku also, thank you so much for being here.
So hope to see you again next week. Great Nigeria. Bade Kusimani.
Yes, indeed. We'll move from here. We'll be taking our weather report right up next. Stay with us. Thank you for staying tuned. Oluwebube Sharon James, our weather girl, is in the house. So she'll be bringing us our weather report presently. Today we'll just go Lagos and Abuja.
Good morning. It's nice to be back here again. So for today in Lagos, the 3rd of August, the sky will be mostly cloudy. The maximum expected temperature is warm at 28 degrees, while the maximum temperature will be moderately hot at 24 degrees. Sunrise was at about 6:40 this morning, and we're expecting sunset to be at about 7:04. The daylight will last for about 12 hours 23 minutes. Moving to Abuja, we're expecting rainy weather with thunderstorms in the afternoon with high probability. Moderate precipitation is predicted for today also. The highest anticipated temperature is moderately hot at 26 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperature will be a pleasant 21 degrees Celsius. Sunrise was at about 6:21 this morning, and sunset is anticipated at about 6:51. Daylight will last for 12 hours 30 minutes. This is the weather report from the Weather Channel and the Weather Atlas, brought to you by Creative Nigeria and put together by Oluwebube. Thank you.
Thank you, Oluwebube. Thank you very much.
Anchor Insurance, we will always turn up for our clients when it really matters. We put in 100% because they mean the world to us. If you desire insurance services built around you, where claims are paid promptly, then come to Anchor Insurance.
You are the best. You are the very, very best. Oh, yeah. You make our world go round. And this is why we'll always be our anchor.
Anchor Insurance, where insurance truly works.
Welcome back, and this is our Anchor Insurance segment where we talk all things insurance. Last week we started a new topic, and that's the burglary and housebreaking insurance. And speaking with us on this is Mr. Chima Ikechi. Good morning.
Good morning, Rumi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Frank.
I'm here. I'm here with you. You are the missing man, the mystery man, so we have to get you here too, so that we don't boggle you.
You know?
But I'm looking forward to that.
He will be covered. Insurance will cover him even if burglary comes his way. But anyway, thank you for joining us again today. Today we continue our conversation on burglary and housebreaking insurance. Last week we were able to lay the foundation for it, but let's move a little further today. We're looking today now at the major exclusions. What are the major exclusions in this particular policy?
Okay, the major exclusions are theft not caused by any violence or use of force.
Okay.
To cut away the goods or property of the insured. Those ones are excluded.
Okay.
Yeah. The last thing, is excluded, but some policies can be, sometimes you can extend it. It depends on the dynamics of the insured operation of your business.
Okay, all right. Interesting to hear, though. But someone who is picking up this policy just must have this at the back of their minds. Okay, let's move on. Okay, you've already mentioned that larceny is on the exclusion list. Now, let's look at, the insured's duty. What am I supposed to do as the insured now? I pick up this policy. What is my duty under this policy? What should I do?
Okay. The insured should immediately there's an incident give notice to the company.
Okay.
And if there's any incident that will lead to that will expose their properties or their items, say for example there's a warehouse fire and they have to bring out some items out of the warehouse in order to put out the fire, the insured is meant to protect those items. We should take reasonable care towards protecting the items so that they can be subject to pilferage or people who just come and take them away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a whole burden of responsibility, though, in my opinion. I said it's a whole burden of responsibility on the insured's part, especially if the person doesn't really have trusted hands around, if maybe he's the only one there.
It should be a reasonable care. They should exercise reasonable care. I'm not saying they should do something beyond their means.
Okay.
Take practicable steps towards the discovery and punishment of any guilty person to trace and recover the insured property.
The truth is that clearly explain that everyone, both the insurer and the insured, all has responsibility to ensure that everybody is properly covered in this in whatever you do when it comes to insurance. But the question I asked before we go really is that who actually should partake in this aspect of insurance? Who can buy into it?
Individuals can buy. Then taking a cue from our discussion last week, where you talked about, we proposed residential association.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super fine for the policy. Policy is tailored for occupants of such communities.
Okay. And we have started that process. We try to get back to Anchor Insurance about it and see how it goes, because that could be one good example that we need to really act from here. Because there are a lot of communities these days, that are needed to have this, ecosystem within their protected cover. So
exactly,
it's very important,
especially as a joint community.
With what is happening today, so it's important. Even food security and all that. We're going to go back to agriculture, insurance in agriculture. And I remember, I don't know whether Obaro is still with you. These are critical areas now because of what is going on around the country. Again, would I say until we see you again next week, and this time live, we don't take you talking to us on phone anymore.
And we hope it will not be wishful thinking on our part.
No, I'm going to bring in them.
Okay.
I'm looking for your invite.
Okay.
So again, you will see again. Thank you for always educating us here. We're so enriched by it, and we thank Anchor Insurance for always being with us all through this journey. Thank you very much. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, that was our insurance segment. We move quickly now on to our market segment. I'm not going to take any break because of time.
Yes.
So, because of the state of the economy in the country, the state of our food, we must always look at, our food baskets, our food markets. What are the prices saying? So in Oyingbo Auto Market, we're looking at a bucket of Oloyin beans at 3,000 naira. That has remained stable at least since last month. We're now in a new month and it's still 3,000 naira. So that's a good one. We're hoping that it will keep coming down. Olo beans has not remained the same. A bucket of that was 2,500 naira last month, but it is 3,000 naira now. We're praying that the market forces will help us. I will not be bringing us prices of 50 kilogram bags and 100 kilogram bags, because I believe that these days people have started cutting their coats. So a bucket of yellow gari right now in that same market, that's Oyingbo Auto Market, is 1,500 naira. It used to be 1,200 naira. We're hoping it will come down. A bucket of white gari, on the other hand, is coming to us at 1,400 naira. Flat rate. It was the same last month, so that's good news on that end. Vegetable oil, 1.5 liter bottle. Well, you can buy one for about 1,900 naira. It was 1,400 naira last month. We're hoping it can come down. And then red oil, the same quantity, is 1,800 naira. That came down from 1,900 naira. Let me take you to Mile 12 Market, where we buy our onions, our tomatoes, our peppers, even our yams. A basket of onions right now goes for 30,000 naira, while a basket of tomatoes is 40,000 naira. Red pepper, that's the Rodo medium, is 45,000 naira and thereabouts. So you can be guided with your prices. A tube of yam goes for about 2,500 naira now. Sorry, that was last month. And now it's 3,000 naira. You know that new yam is out, and right now the prices are about like you're marrying a new bride. It's interesting, but indeed. And then Daleko markets, white gari and yellow gari are just about the same price as you will find in Oyingbo Auto Market. So that's that with the our food basket. And then now we'll take you straight into our new segment, because we need to let you know what is also going on around the nation and around the world. We'll be back. It's supported by Heck Travels.
Hey Michael, you travel frequently and hardly complain of travel services. How do you come by?
I use the services of one of the best travel outfits in Nigeria, Heck Travel Agency.
Heck Travel Agency?
Oh yes, Heck Travel Agency takes care of travel plans, ticketing, insurance, visa, and provides pocket-friendly fares helpful in this new normal.
Really? What about holiday packages for families?
Trust Heck Travel Agency on that too. On request, the agency provides both local and international tourism holiday packages with detailed country situation reports, car hire, and hotel reservation.
Where can I locate Heck Travel Agency?
Very easy, my friend. Heck Travel Agency is located in number 2, Ibro Avenue, Rainbow Estate, Trans Amadi, River State. Telephone 0907 893 5167. 7. Lagos office, Parkview Estate, Ikoyi. Telephone 0806 2463 292. Tech Travel Agency, always in touch.
And here's our news. Culture, technology, festivals, travels, hospitality, music, movies, brown water economy, insurance news, and sports tourism with Heck Travels. Edited by Frank Meke. Despite saving over 1 trillion naira from the removal of subsidy on fuel, Nigerians are groaning from the impact, particularly on food and transportation, even as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday during a special national broadcast pleaded with Nigerians to bear with him as he confronts the economic ills headlong. And let's come back to Lagos, where Nigeria's biggest cosmopolitan state, the state governor therein, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has approved a 50% slash on fares on Lagos state-owned buses and 25% on yellow buses operated by private transport operators. That's not all. Food packs such as gari, rice, and beans will be distributed to vulnerable people in the state through community development associations, churches, mosques, and local governments. Well, that's all we'll be able to take on our new segment today, but good thing coming both at the national level and then at the state level.
What I ask, because of time, let's look at it. Okay, transportation in Lagos. Remember it's a electoral state. Yeah. What happened to those who use water?
Water, exactly.
So let's just leave it at that.
Let's leave it there.
The governor also will look into those areas.
Yes. We'll be back after this to take you to another state in Nigeria on our No Nigeria segment. It's supported by Topaz Travels.
Hello there! The world of travel changes in seconds, and Border Post requirements needs the touch of a professional to help you navigate through the challenges of airline cancellation, delays, and health requirements. At Topaz Travels and Tours, we help you keep eyes on the ball, processing your travel needs with ease, taking your stress away. For your international and local travel tickets, travel insurance, reservations, hotel bookings, car hire services, and visa guidance, you can trust us to deliver as your ultimate choice. You can reach us via WhatsApp on 080-9401-5458 or call 080-3313-8658 or visit our corporate office at Suite F8, first floor, Febson Mall, plot 2425 Herbert Macaulay Way, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. Email info@topaztravel.com.ng. Topaz Travels and Tours. Stress-free travel.
Welcome back. Today we're going all the way to Ekiti State, and we're going to look at the ancient Nigeria kingdom, Egbeoba Kingdom. The Egbeoba Kingdom is located in the Ikole local government of Ekiti State, Nigeria. The state, Ekiti State, was created on the 1st of October 1996, and the state is nicknamed the Land of Honor and Integrity. The Egbeoba Nation is known to be a big town consisting of the Usin, Ikoyi, Ijebu, and Otunja. Egbeoba people have a rich and unique cultural festival known as the Ikole National Day. That festival witnesses a spectacular display of masquerades and traditional dancers, which attracts dignitaries from various parts of the country and beyond. It's interesting to note that in Egbeoba land, it is a taboo to use a cutlass to kill anyone. Strangers are not allowed to go to the Ereile areas where traditional rites and rituals are performed. It's also taboo to be found outside when the ritual is going on, whether you are a visitor or even a son and daughter of the soil. Interesting coming out from Ekiti State. Well, this piece was put together kindly by Ezike Onyeka for Creative Nigeria here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Interesting. Let's take you to our music segment. I'll let you make your mind about the music that we bring your way today.
Nigerian creative culture sector comes on radio. It's not a fringe approach, but a masterclass reportage on movies, fashion, heritage.
meye. So me bigi go te meye. Orani ye alata meye.
Wow, interesting. This is Rex Lawson, but I need interpretation.
God creates every man equal.
Yeah.
But the rich and the poor. That's what he's saying in it. And it really means that, in a country where a lot of people think that they are just the first thing that ever happened, they also have to look at it, because one day you're just going to give account of who you are. So if you are rich, we welcome the rich. We're happy with them. Also be happy with the poor. Particularly if you are rich, also look out to them. Because they're also the creation of God. I think that's what he's saying in the joy. Both the rich and the poor are all creation of God. As it is. So when we look at that, it also help us, when we are running this race of life, look at it, there are some people who will not be at your pace. So sometimes you look back, it's like an exchange of battle. You try and, you put them up too, so that they can also be impactful, in the life of others. And I think that's what we really need, particularly in this time of famine. We're looking at what the state government are rolling out. Yeah, they are trying, but like in Lagos, why forget the Lusura communities?
Indeed.
I mean, it's very expensive. The other day we were talking about paying 3,000 naira or even more between anywhere, Bade to Ikorodu. I mean, how many people can do that? How much are they earning? So I think the governor should also look at that. Also look out for them.
Please do.
That people, that also live on water all over the country. It's not just people who use the road. There are people, 26 states out of 36. 28. Yes.
Wow.
Littoral communities in Nigeria. So we also need to look at that, because the boats are all powered by fuel. So it's very important to also look at them. That is why when you do economic decisions, I want to take
it must be all inclusive.
Inclusive. And it's very important. It's very, very. So don't leave anybody behind.
Yes.
Everybody must go together. So that's what Rex tells us. It's one of his signatures, and I love it so much. Because you may not really understand the job, but it makes sense. It really makes sense to all of us.
Yes, indeed, it does make sense to all of us. And that's going to be our parting shot on the show today. It's been a packed show. Even I have learned a lot today. The flutist taught me some lessons. That's one tradition, one part of our culture that's dying. I'm hoping that we're able to keep that going, at least once the dance troupe, the national troupe keeps coming.
That's why we're here. And we ask others also to join us in what we're doing. We're causing a revolution. So we go out, look at it. Next week, we also bring it this way. Hospitality nuggets. We're going to get the best. And of course, JustinOvat is going to be here. These are things we try to do here. It's not been easy for us, really. Managing the time. All life is all about managing what comes.
Exactly.
So this is what we expect. The Africans told us a lot of things. Remember the New Year Festival all happening across the eastern Nigeria.
This month of August.
And of course in Enugu, let's say they sit at home or whatever it is, it's a thing gone by. Would have captured that.
Thank God for that. Yes.
People are back on the streets, and so across the east now, you don't look back. You eat your yam, anywhere, and you're happy. Not looking back whether anybody wants to put a gun on your head. So Nigeria is going to be really good. So we just pray for our president. Sometimes our leaders, you think they know all, they don't.
They don't.
So we need to go back.
They still need
and pray for them.
They need intervention.
We need to pray for the intervention so that God can guide them aright. Because when they do well, we do well. When they don't, it's going to be hard. Make sure you do something good for those who are around you.
Exactly. Point them out, find them out, and do something positive for someone around you. That's all we have on the show today. See you next week. Bye-bye.
So me